Hi everyone! Did you know that the appearance of a person could be very deceptive? Here is a short story to show you what I mean by that. This is Rani, the programmer, or that what they all call him. He is quite sure he knows everything about programming, database analysis, data structure building and much more. So, he always says yes, I can. Nothing seems to be impossible to him. You only have to ask for any software, and consider it done in a very short period. They all count on him. The boss, the big boss, the grand big boss. You name it. They do not trust anyone else. Or do they? Sure, it must be hard to work day and night with no rest. That is because he has so much to do and they all need his great work. From the other hand, he doesn't seem to be exhausted at all. He is the only one I know that works in 8 programs simultaneously. I guess this is world record. How can he divide his thoughts among multiple tasks? Some people even think this is impossible. He can manage his time efficiently whatever the load was. So, his bosses did not have to wait for him to finish a project. They simply give him another project, then another, then another. Now you can see him diving in many projects. And he keeps saying I can. I will. Therefore, he devised a plan to run them all at the same time. No one can blame him for any delay. He says all these projects would be ready for all customers before they knew it. He is simply exchanging code between projects. Isn't that amazing? That innovation alone is a unique one. The same pieces of code are going to be used here and there and everywhere. Everyone says, he can do it all with no help at all. Who needs help when he can manage his time and strength? Do not bother, he said, I can, and I will. Projects increased in number and complexity, and he increased programming time accordingly. Now, he is doing the job of many programmers all by himself, like one person with many heads. Isn't that cool? They are fascinated with the guy who never complains, and that is what they want. He knows how to convince them about the results. He is brilliant. Or he isn't. Since he knows it all, he did it well. No one should say otherwise. No one has the right to judge him. He is precious and one of a kind. So, when Martin mentioned the leak in data and bad security, no one believed him because Rani himself said everything is fine. And when James talked about the lack of consistency, no one believed him because Rani himself said everything is fine. And when Tony showed evidence about past failures, no one believed him because Rani himself said everything is fine. Rani indeed knows everything about programming. He even knows about the leak, the non-consistency, and the failures. He saw it all and lived it all, yet keeps saying, everything is okay. When the due date came, all the projects were ready to start working. The customers were amazed by the results. They had never seen before such a fast programmer like Rani. Generally, they have zero experience in programming and Rani knows everything about it, or doesn't he? But Rani suddenly disappeared after all the hard work he had done for them. He was deeply convinced that he deserves much higher gratitude and appreciation, so he decided to get a new start somewhere else. By the way, he would have another Martin talking about the leak, and another James seeing the lack of consistency and another Tony guessing the cause of failure. So at the same pace, I bet he would still be saying, everything is fine. They must be wrong, no doubt, because he is doing all what he can to get the job done by all means. That is what they call persistence. So please, ignore whatever they say. Rani can lead us to new programming techniques, not yet invented. He can show us the way to another level of programming in a way, which is so clear and non-doubtful. No programmer could be misled anymore. He should consider writing a programming guide, so as to spread his knowledge to all fresh programmers. Indeed, they deserve having such a guide. This was a story of a programmer that depends only on himself to achieve success despite of all difficulties and rumors. That's all, folks. I wish you understood what I mean.